There are a lot of options when it comes to gaming chairs, from your high-end noble chairs with high-end price tags to go with them, or your budget basement, Amazon Basics type chairs that kind of fall apart within 5 minutes, but there are definitely budget offerings available. And this Nitro Concepts S300EX kind of sits somewhere in the middle. Now, I've checked out a number of their seats before, from the standard fabric version of the S300 to their C80 Motion, which is the chair that I'm normally sitting in when I'm filming these videos, and they've all been pretty decent, and this one isn't really much of an exception to that rule. This is a faux leather chair, so there's no animals harmed in the making, but it gives you the sort of quality feel you desire. Although, as my partner noted when she first sat in it, the faux leather that they use in these chairs doesn't feel quite as premium as the faux leather that they use in the sort of bigger brother Noble Chairs brand. Although that does actually mean that it's a little bit less sort of sticky as leather can be, especially on bare skin, so that can actually be a slightly nicer sitting experience. Assembly-wise, it's pretty simple. You take everything out of the box, you put the caster wheels onto the sort of star base, put the gas cylinder and the cover into the top of it, and then screw the sort of basic tilt mechanism to the base plate of the chair, put that all on top of the gas cylinder, and then put the back on the chair, screw it in from both sides and put in both covers, and that's pretty much it. Now, I've built a fair number of these chairs already, so I'm kind of experienced in this, but it only took me maybe 10 minutes total, so I wouldn't expect that it would take you that long either, and it wasn't exactly a laborious process. Features-wise, you don't get all the features that you would get in the more premium Noble Chairs type stuff, like the ratcheting base tilt and the lumbar support and quite as nice armrest, but you still do get a fair amount of stuff. You do get a locking tilt mechanism, so you can either lock it in this sort of flat plane sort of seating position, or you can unlock it and sort of tilt and rock yourself backwards if you fancy. You also have a ratcheting back mechanism so that you can place it basically wherever you want. It doesn't go completely flat, but it's still pretty nice. And you have adjustable armrests too, which have height adjust, as well as you can also slide them forward and backwards and sort of swivel them side to side for your optimum comfort. So the most important part of a chair review, is it comfortable? Well, yes, it's actually quite nice. It's a steel frame design with a good amount of foam available to you, so it's both firm and sort of cushioning at the same time, which is really quite the nice mix. Obviously, you do have all that adjustability, which is rather nice and means that you can fit sort of however you want to sit and however you want to sit at any given point of time as well. And these side bolsters are actually quite wide, which means even though I'm 6 foot and relatively wide shoulders and hips, I fit in this with no problem. And even the base plate, the bolsters on the side of that as well are relatively flat, so even if you were a larger person, you're still going to fit in this chair just fine. Also, if you like sitting quite high up, the gas cylinder actually goes a fair amount and means that even me, as I said, as a 6 foot person, is kind of on my tiptoes when it's at its full extension, so that's pretty awesome too. And while I can't attest to the longevity of this chair, the S300, the standard one, and the C80 Motion that I've reviewed in the past have both held up very well in the few months and few years that I've had them respectively, so I expect that this one would do the same. I do have a couple of gripes with the chair. I've got two main ones. The first one is the most trivial, and that is the tilt mechanism. The fact that you're spending sort of 230-ish pounds on a kind of gaming chair and you don't get anything more than the basic kind of locking pin tilt mechanism is a little bit of an annoyance. It's not the end of the world, but it would be nice to be able to tilt that and hold it in place. But otherwise, that's not too big a deal. The more big deal kind of one, although it's still not the end of the world, is the fact that the armrests move without any unlock button, unlike the more kind of premium Noble Chairs options. This can be annoying because when you're resting your arm on them, if you put any weight and then lean forward, as you may have just heard, it will just slide in it under its own power and can be quite jarring when you're just resting on your armrest and it slips out from under you. So it'd be nice to have the more premium armrest too, but it's still, again, not the end of the world. So, is it worth 230-ish pounds? I'd say so. It's a nice build quality, it's a nice and comfortable chair with a decent amount of features, and while not kind of all of the premium features of your Noble Chairs type stuff, it's still a great option and doesn't have that mega premium price tag to go with it. Obviously for me personally, I am coming from a Noble Chairs Hero, which has the lumbar support built in, so that is a little bit of an annoyance, but the lumbar support pillow that is actually adjustable with straps is a nice enough addition, although not perfect, and obviously overall, as said, build quality is nice and comfort is good too. To answer the question asked in all of these videos, would I put this on my desk, or not on my desk, but next to it, I would say yes. Obviously, I would have to move a Noble chair out the way, and so I probably wouldn't, but if I was buying this for myself and I didn't have a gaming chair to speak of at that point in time, then yes, I think this would be a great option, especially if you're not necessarily willing to go all out on like more money than some people's entire PCs, but obviously not necessarily want something that's going to disintegrate in a year or two. So this is a very interesting option for that sort of use case. With that said, that is my thoughts. I would love to hear yours in the comments down below. Is this a chair that you're interested in? Is it too expensive, or would you go all out and get the best one you can get for the sort of longevity approach? I would love to hear your thoughts down there. And of course, if you want to pick up one of these chairs or just check out the different style options, because I really do like the stealth black of this one, especially the embroidered fire logo on the back. But if you want to check that out, take a look at the link in the description down below. That will take you to OverclockersUK, who are the ones who sent me this chair, so thank you to them. Otherwise, you can check out the rest of the links, or you can hit that subscribe button as well with the bell notification icon for more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or as I said, the rest of the links in the description, whether that's Amazon or OverclockersUK affiliate links, don't cost you anything to use, but massively help me out when you do use them. You can also pick up hoodies or t-shirts like this one, or a load of other designs if you fancy, or private internet access, which is great and cheap VPN, or a Humble Bundle for cheap games that support charities too. You can also check out a load of other stuff and of course the other videos over there. Otherwise, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all in the next video.